Hello, my lovies, and welcome to Divination Death Witch. I'm Rayne, and this will be the first episode of Rayne Rants. I talked in kind of a couple previous episodes about some different stuff I was going to do here on the YouTube channel. This is one of those things. This series is going to be where I see stuff around the interwebs about witchcraft and divination that I do not agree with, and I just kind of give my hot take on whatever it was that set me off, if you will. At least while we have TikTok, because there is another looming ban coming, a lot of what I will be responding to will be TikToks. However, I do not want to throw any shade at any creators, so I will not be showing the TikToks that inspire these episodes because I don't want to get any beef started with any creators. For the most part, these will just be differences of opinions. We can each, have our take on things. I thought I'd start out with one that I feel is not too controversial. So, I was doom scrolling TikTok as usual and came across a creator who said that you absolutely have to have a specific question to ask the tarot in order for a reading to be valid. I just want to take a moment to say that if this is the way that this person chooses to practice for themselves, that's perfectly okay and valid. It is perfectly valid for the TikTok creator that made this statement to practice divination in that way. If she only wants to do a reading, if she has a very specific question for a very specific person, then that is her prerogative. And if that works for her, great. But she was saying that you cannot do general readings. And as someone who has been reading tarot for 30 years, I can tell you, and most other seasoned tarot readers will tell you, that you absolutely can do general tarot readings where you don't have a specific question. As a general rule, this does take a lot of skill to do in a way that is impactful and informative and empowering for the querent. One of the things I have seen other tarot readers struggle with, even myself included, I shouldn't say other tarot readers. One thing that tarot readers, especially professional tarot readers, can often find challenging or that they can struggle with is doing general readings. But the truth of the matter is, if you are going to be a professional tarot reader, you are going to get people that do not have a super specific question. I cannot tell you how many times people have come to me and have been like, I want to book a reading with you. And I'm like, okay, do you have a specific question, or do you just want a general reading? What system do you want me to use, etc., etc., and that. And I cannot tell you the amount of people who come to me and want to book a reading and they don't have a specific question and they just want a general reading. Or what is very often the case is that they will not tell me their question. They have a question in mind. There is something that they want to know about in their life, but they will not impart that question to me. They will insist upon a general reading. And more often than not, whatever it was that they wanted to ask but weren't asking will come out in the general reading. And not this last weekend, but the weekend before, I did a reading for a client and they wanted a general reading. And wouldn't you know it, the first freaking thing that came out in that reading was a certain topic in their life. And guess what? That was really what they wanted the reading on. That was really what they wanted guidance on. But they didn't ask me that. They asked for a general reading. Each professional tarot reader, and even those who read it as a hobby or those who read it as part of their spiritual path just for themselves, we all have our own way of tackling general readings because it can be overwhelming, it can be daunting, it can be a where do I begin? Without a specific question, you might not know what spread you want to use. Without a specific question, you might not know what context you want to interpret the cards in, and all of that can be very challenging. I've done general readings a few different ways over the years. If they are wanting a general reading, more often than not, what I start out with is my grand tableau for the tarot that just uses the major arcana because it gives some snapshots of what is going on in their life, and then anything they want to dive deeper into, we can draw more cards on or draw more spreads on after we get that initial information out of the grand tableau. Another way that I might handle someone wanting a general reading is to do maybe a month ahead reading. I have a month ahead reading that I do with the Lenormand. Sometimes I'll offer that. I do a 90-day ahead with the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards, and I'll do that. There's a couple other like look ahead spreads that I do. So when a client comes to me and says, "Oh, I want a general reading," we'll talk a little bit and see what exactly they're wanting. Would the grand tableau be best for them? Would one of the look ahead readings be what is best for them and meeting their needs? So I have a couple of different ways that I tackle general readings that don't have a specific question. Now, even in those, I'm always kind of asking, what does the querent need to know? Which is a question. And if you're doing a general reading, that's kind of just like you're just asking the universe, what does the client need to hear? What do they need to know? So you're kind of always asking a question. So if anybody's wanting to like point that out, yes, I get that. But the way this TikTok creator was talking was that those questions don't count. She also made the assertion that you can only read for one person at a time. And I have not found that to be the case either. I have done couples readings where the reading is applicable to both people in the relationship, where we sit down, all three of us, and I do the reading. So it doesn't have to be for just one querent, because another thing that they argued isn't valid is reading for more than one person at a time. So you can read for groups of people. You could read for, say, like a company. What is the best direction to take this company in? How do we grow this company? Is this move that we're looking at beneficial to the company's long-term growth and profit margins and things like that? Like, you can read for groups of people. But my hot take or my rant is just that if that TikTok creator chooses to read that way, that is valid for them as an individual reader, but that does not apply to everyone. That does not hold true to everyone. You absolutely can do general readings, tarot, Kipper, Lenormand, various other systems. You absolutely can do general readings. You don't have to have a specific question narrowed down. It just takes skill and having a way to approach those types of readings that works for you as an individual reader. All right, so that is Rayne Rants number 1. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you do general readings? Do you get general readings? Do you agree with this TikTok creator that you have to have a super specific question to ask the cards? Or do you, like me, agree that it's valid to do general readings, that you can just let the cards tell you what you need to know? If you'd like to learn more about divination, particularly divination from a Death Witch perspective or witchcraft from a Death Witch perspective, be sure to go check out our Patreon and join it. We have both free and paid tiers. There's lots of educational material on there. More gets added every month. There are activities for you to complete every month. There are manifestation challenges, shadow work, journal prompts, and a whole bunch of other things that you can do over the course of the month with us. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, be that one that involves a specific question or a general reading, you can hit me up through our Discord server or through my website. Links are in the description box below. Also, be sure to check out the various services that I offer. I am going to be expanding some of those services here in the future, so make sure to check back on the website soon. If you've enjoyed this rant, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And until I see you again, my lovelies, blessings to you wherever your journey finds you.